I love the colorful clothes she wears and the way the sunlight plays.
Connor, afternoon, welcome back.
Yeah, hey, Scotty, how are you there?
Good, mate. Episode 11, and viewers, loyal fans of Trade Talk, no team viewer is running. I think we've identified that as to be the issue for some reason, so no echo.
Echoing. Yeah, good.
And we apologize because I re-listened to it and it wasn't spectacular. So we're back, number 11. All right.
So what's on the cards today, Scotty?
Look, I thought I'd just bring up just what I noticed. It's been nearly a 50 pip down move on the Aussie dollar. So I've got the daily chart up here and the 20-day moving average. I've just gone on the chart just to highlight to the viewers the trend, and it's big move. It's for the Aussie dollar especially, and we're still in the Asian session-ish. Yeah, so it's 73.44. So it's pretty dramatic. And I'll just open up my Aussie Singapore chart as well. So I got in on this on the Thursday, guys, and it's a bit of a teaching point. So you'll see this is where I got in. I got in at around 103.46. And what the chart will show is the next candle triggered it, and then bam, we had a bullish candle. And it actually went about halfway up the trigger candle. So I was in around 1.5% drawdown because I had two positions going. My trailing exit at 1R and then a 1R target profit. And now it's actually in a little tiny bit of profit. So for people that trade a system and they go from backtesting to a demo or a live account, you could easily go, oh shit, the trade's reversing, freak out, close the trade. But if you stick with the system and this is what happens, then it complements the trend and is sinking back down again. But what are your thoughts, Connor, on the Aussie dollar chart?
Are you using DBB? Was that a DBB?
It was. So I haven't got that up. But so guys, this candle here I'm highlighting, that big bearish candle, that was the trigger candle on the DBB. There was a down arrow, and this candle was the trigger, the second candle after the big bearish. And then it bounced up. It was a bit of minor support, but now we're sitting okay. So, but I'll bring up the Aussie dollar chart again, Connor, because we've got a big shadow as well. And just what are your thoughts? We'll go to the 4-hour chart. Do you have the chart up as well?
I can get the 4-hour chart up, but look, my theory is, Scotty.
Ooh, look at that though. Look at that is a lot of space to the left as well. Wow.
Yeah. See, I just like to find my setup and then I go into it and then I make sure I'm disciplined with my approach when it starts to hit my target areas, which I like to do zone exit. So once it starts to touch the zone, I like to put it to break even. Then once it passes the zone, I'll normally put my take profit underneath the zone. But other than that, I do not like to predict where the currency's going. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yep. Yeah, I understand that.
It could go up, it could go down. Like when people ask me, where do you think it's going to go? I don't like to pretend I know where it's going. All I like to do is just trade my pattern well and let the forex gods take over.
I agree, because I think what happens is people, and I've seen this with even institutional level traders. I saw on another site, guy called FX Viper, and he held a trade. I'm not sure if it was long or short the euro, but he held it for a year, and it was ridiculous because he was fixated on the idea. And eventually the swaps accumulated so much profit that it outweighed the loss, so he just closed the trade down. So I guess that's the strategy, just hold a trade for a year. And but you're right, you've got to be adaptable and flexible. So even with this, it's a little
yeah, sorry, I don't mind when people start to talk, but when they start to pretend they actually know where the currency is going, like we can all have a economic, a macroeconomic outlook or whatever, but that doesn't mean that you know where all the ups and downs and the peaks and valleys will be. That way, I just like to keep things really simple. Find my setup, all right, make sure it ticks all the boxes, take it, and be disciplined, and that's my strategy.
That's true, and I've forgotten again, but it's in the description section, the risk disclaimer. So guys, We're just talking the charts here. We're not giving any advice. Forex is extremely risky as well. So the things we discuss and the trades we take are all on a demo account as well. So it's all a learning experience still. This is more an educational tool for novice traders. So we're not professional traders at all. So please be careful. Get educated on risk management and everything like that. And do not trade a live account until you've done what we're doing and you've extensively back tested as well. Okay, guys, that's important to remember.
And speaking about risk aversion and how much realistic profit taking may be, Scotty, and what to look for when being realistic about trading. As I just said, I don't know where the currency's going. You certainly don't know where it's going. However, some people tend to think that they can do this sort of thing, and they can tell people where it's going and what sort of profits are. Do you want to put it up for everyone?
Actually, I've already got it. That was a perfect segue. So guys, we have Trade Talk, and we've got over 2,000 followers now, 2,200 or so. And someone, Karen Perry, FX Karen Perry, probably look out.
Is that in inverted commas, Karen Petty?
No, it's not actually, no. But this Connor identified this tweet. How about lying on the beach in Bali or Thailand and having fun while the FX robot makes money for you? 50K a month. So that grabs your attention a little bit. Yeah, so actually,
so how much do you think is realistic for a month, even as a good trader, as a professional trader? How much do you think? Would a target be 4% a month? I mean, that would be very impressive.
Well, you suggested, so $1 million account, that would be 5%. So that would actually be pretty good. Like a professional trader, you're looking at 60% return a year. That would be exceptional. So she hasn't really elaborated on that. She's just sort of said the FX robot will do everything for you. So let's just click on Karen's thing here. So yeah, I think we've discussed the charts enough, but she's tweeted 3,381 times as well. So just guys, really be on the lookout. I'm just trying to find where she said her success rate. So I don't want to be hating and stuff, but when someone says, she's actually mentioned like a 99% win rate, which is just impossible, really. So if it sounds too good to be true, and I haven't looked in it. Oh, there we go. So, okay, so the FX robot keeps the orders open usually for 5 to 30 seconds and closes them with profits, 85 to 95% accuracy. And then she's just got 50K a month. Explanation point.
Not telling you how much your account would actually have to be, because people get sucked into this sort of stuff, Scotty. And
yes,
I'm a pessimist by nature, so I'm sort of a little bit more immune to this sort of stuff. But people don't know how much you're supposed to trade per trade, or what's a sensible amount, and what risk management is, and thus this sort of advertisement can be very dangerous and harmful to people, thinking that they can make 50K a year. Like I said, if they've got a $5 million account, so that's 1% a month. So that is, quite realistic. But problem is, the average person who's probably going to go after Katie's robot doesn't probably have $5 million to put into an account.
No, they don't. So we just wanted to show you guys what to look out for. If you start a Twitter page, you're like, look, I'm into Forex, and they send you a PM or an Instagram message, to say, oh, look, we've got this robot. The robots, they always end up blowing up. The issue is what happens is, big news events will happen, and they just don't take into consideration.
Sentiment changes. The people are irrational beings in an irrational market, and these robots always seem to. They do all right for a while. Even the ones that big institutions have taken on before have done very well, and then ended up blowing up. So,
big time, and it's ugly. So you've just got to be careful, guys.
I'd say even Miss Perry's robot, as good as trader as she is, would one day blow up.
Well, let's keep track of it. That can be a fun little thing. We check in to see if she's still, promoting the robot.
Yeah.
But
I doubt this Miss Perry
were there
is actually real. But,
were there any resources? Because I saw you linked.
There was an FX book where she made like 250%. Have you got that?
Let's try and bring that up. Let's bring that up. I just closed.
I think I tagged you in it.
You might have actually. I think so. But like the concerns that you should have is that if someone's asking you for money for a robot, you just look. It's just too good to be true. Unfortunately, it's the human being is still the best trader until artificial intelligence is really at a certain level. It's not really there yet. All right, I did have it up. I'm just looking for it now. All right. So
you could even debate. Look, you could debate, either way. There's all sorts of systems. But what she's doing is dangerous, thinking that people can make money without any risk management. Not talking about risk management at all. Not talking about any of this stuff. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Yes.
There's some sucker out there that probably believes this. You know what I mean? It's like a bit like the Nigerian prince who gives you a email. There's always someone who thinks that a Nigerian prince wants to give all their wealth to him.
That's true.
They just play on that one. They play on that one sucker.
Oh God! So guys, just keep a lookout, and I think a couple of sites. I think it's Forex Mythbusters or Forex Scam Alerts as well. So if you're in the market if you don't want to trade your own money, there are ways to do it, but really be very careful. Ideally, a managed account, so with a human being, an approved, regulated body trading your money, and they charge a fee for that. But that's probably the best way to approach it.
With a long-standing record and who's highly reputable. Yeah.
Yep.
Probably not old Miss Perry.
And not from Cyprus. So Cyprus isn't regulated. So they'll just take your money and give you a fake account with fake results, and then if you want to get your money back, they'll be like, oh, well, we can't give you your money back yet, So just be careful. But we've gone over a little bit of time here, going on our little.
Oh, time flies when you're having fun.
It does, doesn't it? But thanks again, Connor, guys. We'll be back next week. Here's my Aussie Singapore trade, so we'll be updating you on that. I'm sure it'll be a long-term hold like last time with the Aussie Singapore. So thanks again, Connor, and until next week, happy trading, okay?
Take care.
Thanks, Connor. Bye.